pitch perfect it is. Are we live?
We live.
We're live.
All right. How's everyone feeling?
Feeling good, man.
How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Nice. All right.
How you
All
been?
right. Everything's good, especially feeling even better after the win
first
for the
one,
men
yeah.
in green
Yeah.
against Bangladesh.
I think that was predicted, right?
That was coming.
We did predict that.
Yeah.
It's meant to be an easy game.
I mean,
Yeah. And
we
clinical-
predicted batting first.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You know, but
Would have helped Pakistan if we got it first.
Yeah.
For sure.
clinical finish though, like
Yeah.
you know the Pakistan where we used to see. I mean, you know they can be once they are done their bowling part. You know
You
they're,
were,
all,
yeah,
they're
you were
usually
a little scared. Yeah.
they're usually very good. They're usually very disciplined with their bowling.
Yeah.
They get the opposition out, and then when the batting comes, sometimes it's like, whoa, where is this going?
Yeah.
I don't.
How are we
I'm not
gonna
sure.
mess this up?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No.
That wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case. We got the reliable Rizwan.
Yes, exactly.
Imam, as I predicted.
Yes,
yeah, that was
that was
good.
your prediction. Yes,
Yeah.
you said that Imam was
Yeah.
going to score, and he
He,
did.
he missed out on 100 though. I feel like
he
he
could easily
he
could
got
have
a
got
little
that
carried
100,
away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He has a knack for missing hundreds.
Actually, I was gonna actually point that out too. He does get out a lot in 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
There's a few times that
I don't think he takes the pressure, but I mean, it could be a psychological thing when you're on the field. I don't know.
Or it's just luck, I guess.
Just-
It's just,
yeah,
could be,
he just
yeah.
scores big 50s.
Yeah.
Like he's not the guy to be like,
Yeah.
okay, 50, I'm done with it.
But
he gets on with it. And
Pretty
then-
high averages for
Yeah.
him.
He's I think he's up. I think his average is higher than Babar. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. I think he's the guy that holds the the top 3-4 together. And of course, Babar is there. You know, you can't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
compare in a sense, but they're both incredible batsmen. But I think Imam's, Imam's contributions always like an anchor for a good.
Especially him and Babar together, right?
Especially him and
As
Babar,
we
yeah.
always see that.
I mean, there's also, it goes back to the thing, they have chemistry there, right?
Yeah.
So Babar's got that good chemistry there with Imam.
Mhm.
He's got good chemistry there with Rizwan.
Yeah.
That helps
that helps,
when
yeah.
you're out there batting.
Babar a little unlucky.
Yeah.
He covered the line, but ball stayed a little low.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was quick and
Didn't
stayed
come
low.
up.
Didn't
Yeah,
come up.
it didn't come up.
Overall though, I think I didn't have an issue with the batting performance. If you heard the commentators, they were saying,
Mm.
obviously we wanted a dominating finish,
Yeah.
but if in trying to do so you ended up losing wickets and adding pressure to yourself,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a good look.
Yeah.
So they knew they had, and like easily they could have bumped up somebody up the order to go out there and finish,
Which you wanted really bad.
which we really wanted,
Shout
but they stuck to the
Yeah.
guns, right?
Yeah.
So they stuck to the script, which I didn't mind too much because it makes more sense
Yeah.
I also-
to give the guys those overs
Yeah.
and get there, get comfortable.
Yeah, I also
Yeah.
felt they were bowling well too. Like the ball was moving. There was
Yeah.
a lot of
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Yeah, they were bowling well. I think, especially the new pacer.
They
Um,
tried.
Yeah,
really
that's what I'm
hard.
saying. When you're defending 193, you have to come.
Yeah.
They came out. They
Yeah,
tried.
yeah. Tuscan was a little expensive up front, but
Mm.
then he came back that second spell.
Yeah.
That really he was really hitting the right length, getting that lateral movement,
Yeah.
troubling Rizwan as well as Barber a little bit there too.
Yeah.
I planned on watching the game when I woke up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but I couldn't sleep,
Mm.
so I ended up watching it.
Mhm.
But then my sleep literally went away because of the start that Pakistan had.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
then when
With
she
the batting
came
or
in
with the
and
bowling?
Shfiqul came, that's when I was like,
Yeah.
okay, now things are slowing down again. So
Mhm.
I dozed off for a little bit
Yeah.
until somebody got out, and then I
Yeah.
woke up again, and I was like, okay, things are.
That's
They're
You know,
looking-
that cricket is such a long game. You're watching the game and you pass out, and then you wake up. And then the game is still going on. You hear the crowd in the
I
back.
know.
It's like a different feeling. I don't know.
I think he's trained himself to only watch the good parts.
Yeah.
He dozes off at the wrong right time and then
Yeah.
wakes up at the right time.
Yeah, it's like sometimes the game's going on. I doze off.
Yeah.
Then I wake up. It's like sometimes it's like, oh what? Wow, thank
Yeah.
God. You
How
know?
did this happen?
And
Or
so-
like
yeah,
that,
and sometimes it's like, well, what have you guys been up to?
It's like a
What you
it's
guys
like a
been-
surprise you give yourself
Exactly.
sometimes. So yeah, that's the thing about ODI cricket.
Yeah.
To imagine that we used to not have any T20
T20
games,
at all, yeah.
and this used to be the cricket.
That was an era when
And
there
we used
was
to get
no
excited
T20.
about this because it wasn't a test match.
Was it, okay, wait, is it
You know
just
what
me or you guys when T20 came out? Did you guys you guys were like, what the hell is this? We don't want to watch this. We want 50 overs.
No,
Or were you guys accepting?
I was accepting
I was
because
accepting
it
too.
was like
It was
more
exciting,
action.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
more action.
In the
right after
beginning, a
that.
lot of teams took it as a joke too. Remember,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
used to
That's
have
what I'm saying.
nicknames
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
back and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
T20, because right now I think of T10 as like what the hell. Man?
I think
Like,
that's the
stop playing
future, though.
T-
I feel like T10 is the future.
No, I can't. I could be. Just
Yeah.
like how T20 was all of a sudden it took over.
Yeah.
It just took over the game, right?
Yeah.
T10 could be that potential, but I think T20. Again, I'm still in that phase where I'm like T20, just stop right there. Don't go any lower.
Yeah.
Don't bring anything else to international cricket.
Yeah.
Then it'll be too less.
I think I was talking to you about this where we were discussing different formats, and
Yeah.
the 100 that they do in England. I feel like that's a really catchy format that might catch
Yeah.
on into other. I don't know if they have it.
Even that
get
format, I don't
copyrighted.
like. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's
It was
interesting.
weird to me.
It was
Like,
weird to me.
I mean, I
think
like it. It's cricket.
It adds an element to it.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I mean,
It's like
it's
a
a
different.
yeah.
It's like a different
Yeah.
sort of.
Before
thing.
cricket was just only one channel, right? Like
Yeah.
test match and 50 overs.
Right.
Now it's like changing into T10.
I kind of like it. It
I
just
think people are thinking
as a player
100
myself,
balls.
I feel like it makes you think a little different, really,
Yeah.
right? Where you don't go through the motions. You have
Yeah,
to.
yeah. I
adapt
mean,
to it.
but like, see, already T20 has changed the game so much.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
T10, right? If you get to the 10 overs or the 15 over game, like
Yeah.
you cannot expect the bowlers or the batsmen to like
Yeah.
even settle in at all. You just
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
go out
You
there
just
and
gotta-
swing.
Exactly.
You
What
know?
I'm trying to say is that like okay, fine, this cricket is fine. Do whatever. Start playing cricket with like a soccer ball or something, a bigger ball maybe, or like a smaller bat. I don't know. Do whatever. But I'm saying don't make those like international events. Like World Cup or Asia
No, I
Cup.
mean, I'm talking
how
tournaments.
T20 has World Cups now.
Yeah.
Asia Cup has happened in
Yeah.
T20 format.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I'm just
talking
saying I don't want to
just
see
tournaments. I'm talking just tournaments, not at the World Stage.
Yeah, exactly. You want.
I think it stays at T20 for a while.
Yeah.
What about Olympics? Do you think they would adapt the T20 or the T10?
I think T10 would make more sense for
Yeah,
Olympics.
for the Olympics. Yeah.
Even
But then is that really true performance of like a team? Like it's just like
Yeah, it's just
it's
just
like a-
It's so batting
Yeah.
friendly already, so
Yeah.
Why not?
I think those like sports, those team sports or whatever, like in Olympics.
Yeah.
I think they just in sports wise everybody's just taking it nice and easy.
Yeah.
They're not sending in full teams.
Yeah.
They're just it's just for show.
Olympics to me is like the individual sports.
Yeah.
The most team sport is
Yeah.
like a
more track and field.
like a relay. You
Yeah.
know, that's where you can have the team in. Like
Just four
now
guys.
watching like cricket as part of the Olympics. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it would be.
I'm
weird.
sure you'll be invested if Pakistan's there.
I mean, it'll be it'll catch a lot of global attention. It'll
Yeah.
catch a lot of
Yeah.
media attention.
I think cricket already is. I seen not an influencer, but someone like from USA, like just like a girl who has no idea about cricket, and she started adapting to this field because now they had some cricket matches happening in some baseball stadiums.
right.
So now
Yeah.
she's like, okay, well, I'm going to give you everything cricket.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun sport,
Yeah.
and I like it.
Yeah.
I think if you are a fan of baseball, it's easy for you to get into
adapt
cricket
and learn,
you
yeah,
know?
for sure.
And if anything, when it comes to that, it's a little bit more entertaining
Yeah.
than baseball.
Yeah.
Because the scores are the scoreboard's constantly moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally believe I think cricket is a little more entertaining sport than baseball. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
because that I've not played baseball, but still, like I played
Yeah.
baseball enough, and I like cricket is just a different.
To me, yeah,
and it's a growing phenomenon in
Yeah.
in North America. I mean,
Well, yeah,
cricket is-
with the World Cup,
cricket
I think we mentioned
Yeah.
it before next year, right?
I think they're gonna have a
The
few
US,
games.
yeah, next year T20 World Cup is
few
partly,
games or like
yeah, a few
quite
games,
a good chunk of
quite a few chunk. I think they might do not the warm up, the qualifiers.
the qualifiers.
Right.
Here.
Someone
'Cause-
build a retractable roof stadium in the U.S.
Oof.
or Canada.
Yes.
So we can have
We can have games.
We can have games. Right?
We
Yeah.
can have what better to have in Canada than a retractable stadium, nice and warm on the inside.
Yeah.
Wintertime, not much
Yeah.
to do. You can
Yeah.
go watch a full ODI.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think cricket has to.
We're
will
looking
have-
for investors.
We're looking. Let's reach out. Let's
Yeah.
reach out to a few. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, let's bring it back to the Asia Cup.
Yeah.
We have a game tonight: Sri Lanka
Yes.
versus Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka on a 12-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highest at the moment. I think they're tied second most with Pakistan from 07-08.
For the Asia Cup wins.
No, ODI wins.
ODI wins.
12 in a row.
Mm.
Tonight, if they win, that could be 13.
I think that breaks tonight.
Yeah.
That breaks tonight.
You think so? You think Bangladesh takes it?
Yeah.
Well, I would.
I agree.
68% chance
that is
of
gonna
rain.
That's
Yeah.
win probability 63% for Sri Lanka. So
No, I'm talking about the rain.
Yeah.
68% chance of rain.
I mean,
Uh,
did you see the pictures? It was flooded.
Yeah,
The ground is like
yeah,
flooded.
yeah. It's meant to be a little more spin friendly.
It just
low
pisses
bounce.
me off, man. You know what I mean? It's just a big tournament.
We're just
Games.
ruining it. We're basically
Yeah.
we're ruining a perfectly great tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise.
Yeah. You think they'll move the games after tonight if it rains out?
No, man. They're never gonna move it. I know
No.
that.
They're literally making like the amount of excitement that there is for the Asia Cup. Because look, one thing about the Asia Cup
Asia is a continent that cricket has the most support.
Exactly, absolutely,
You know,
absolutely. So,
Asia is the biggest.
so this is a
They
big deal
watch
right
the
now.
most. They play the most.
Yeah.
They broadcast the most.
This is a big deal, right? And then even all the other teams like that are qualifying from Asia, right? Like how many other teams you got? UAE, you got Hong Kong.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
all these other teams
Countries
in the
like
area.
China, you know, are
and you're
investing in
basically
cricket.
making it suck.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
making it suck.
Yeah.
You know,
It's you know, it's a very bad model for cricket.
yeah.
A business model for cricket.
There's a lot of travel involved for all of the players, right?
Yeah.
Back and forth, right? That adds up.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing is though, like, I mean, if the games did not get washed out, this is a really good tournament right now because the teams are really kind of balanced.
Yeah, the team. It's
You know,
really good teams. Really
really
good time
good
to have a
teams.
really good Asia Cup.
Right. Especially the top four.
Yeah.
These are good teams.
Well, these are your top four in Asia
Yeah.
overall, right? When you talk
Right.
about cricket in Asia,
Yeah.
But
these
on
are the
their
four that
day,
come to
any
mind.
one of
Yeah.
these teams can take down like
Yeah.
any other
Anyone.
team.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're probably going to see that.
Yeah.
If Bangladesh wins tonight, that is that's going to be the best example you will get to know, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
a team that's coming off how many game win streak, 13 game or 12 game
Yeah.
win streak, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden Bangladesh, who's coming off a loss, beat Sri Lanka. Then
Well, the one game they beat Afghanistan, they look really good, but they have been shaky, right? So they're up and down with their batting, especially. I think their bowling, what I saw in the Pakistan game, especially the seamers, right? Shakib held himself back for a very long time for that reason because they were doing so well. The ball was moving. I know they didn't pick up as many wickets as they should have, but the ball was moving, and Pakistan was really taking their time chasing that at 190, right? So I feel like their bowling is
They were what,
on
10
point.
over 30 something?
Pakistan.
Yes.
34.
yeah, they had a slow start.
They had a slow start. It
slow
wasn't.
start.
I think Fakhr in the beginning was trying to pick it up, and that's why he got out. So
Fakhr-
anybody that was
Fakhr
actually
needs to pick
going
up.
after the ball
Fakhr needs to
was
pick
getting out.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know.
You know, they told I'm sure the conversation in the dressing room was go out, take as much time as you need,
Get used to it. Yeah.
and get comfortable. He never looked comfortable out there. To me.
Yeah.
He never looked
But
comfortable.
watch
out to
this
me.
man. Watch this man
But
do some
I
damage.
think the problem is like, you know, there used to be a time in Pakistan cricket where you have those like chancers, I like to call them, and I don't want Fakhr to go in that direction, right? Like, you can have like a bad patch, right?
Yeah.
But you can't have them to be like, okay, well, there's too many people waiting outside.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like for example,
I
I would,
that's the thing with Pakistani batsmen. You know, as soon as they know somebody's knocking on the door, they start performing.
yeah,
All of a sudden,
we
you
need
hear
that.
the talks
yeah.
of like Haris coming
I
in.
think we need that. I think Fakhr needs to know, like, hey, if you're not gonna do it, Haris is coming in.
Yeah.
Right?
Haris,
And as soon as somebody tells him that, next day it's a century.
well,
Yeah.
hopefully, because it helps the team regardless,
Yeah.
right?
And also,
Yeah.
Pakistan, it's like Pakistan, the whole Pakistani team aura is such a way that when they'll be doing really good and people will start talking, oh man, these guys are doing amazing, these guys are something else.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to like literally crush all of that and make it look like an overstatement.
I feel like that part, as much as I wanted it, as much as I wanted dominance, it was good to see on that day though, because it was like, they could have easily went for the approach of going in, setting in the the big hitters, and going and finishing the game sooner. They could have done
They
that,
could have, yeah.
but that's what I liked because they didn't let it get to their head. They're like, okay, we're just gonna play out.
I think what he wanted to do actually was, I think he wanted to give Salman Agha a little bit of time. He's like, go in and just play some balls, bro. You've been doing really bad the entire freaking tournament.
I think that's the same case with Fakhr. It was the same thing, right?
Fakhr, it was a good game for Fakhr to do some get his.
He could have had damage. Like he could have done
damage. He
damage.
could've-
Yeah, if he was there, we definitely would have chased it within 25 overs, but that wasn't the case. So we're talking about bringing it back to Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to essentially perform? The players to look out for. I know Bangladesh is hurting right now because they lost Shanto as well.
They lost Shanto.
Well, Shanto was injured, right?
Yeah,
so he's not going to play.
He's not gonna play.
Yeah, and there was also talks of possibly bringing Madiasan down the order and Littendas opening. So they have been shuffling their batting order right throughout Asia Cup. So do you
not in a crunch match like that. I don't think they should.
Well, it's worked for them in the past, right?
Yeah.
Madiasan, they brought him up and he ended up scoring 100. So,
That's what I'm saying. So keep him there.
think-
He got last game against Pakistan. He got out on the first ball.
Yeah.
But it's just one game. Give him the game.
That's a different bowling attack, right? You're dealing with a different.
I
Bowling
think.
attack
I think.
now.
Look, it obviously, it goes back to when I was saying last game. I was saying nobody in Bangladesh performs really, right? But in reality, the bowling attack performed fairly well,
Yeah.
right? The middle order, the two most experienced guys, they built a partnership.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was kind of like a somewhat of a balance that they could have brought in. They restored it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm kind of predicting the same sort of thing tonight. Right. Sri Lanka knowing to come 12 wins, that's huge confidence, right? So they're not worried about who's going to perform, who's not going to perform.
Well, their captain isn't performing, right? So that's one of the.
Shanaka?
Yeah, Shanaka has
These
average
two
of
teams
8.
have like really good rivalry.
They do.
They
Yeah.
do have
They
really
do
good
have-
rivalry. So it's going to be a close match.
A close match, and I think Bangladesh is gonna win by a hair.
Yeah.
I think, and I think their bowling is gonna be a crucial
If the
element
match
in
gets
yeah.
completed,
If
if we
the
get a
match
result.
Well, that's another thing with the
My first prediction is I think the match is getting washed out.
the whole match.
The whole match is getting washed out, and my second prediction is that if it happens somehow, you stumble, fumble, bumble, and then you finish like 30 overs each side or something, then I think Bangladesh might just. Actually, this rain thing could actually work out in the favor of Bangladesh.
Yeah, well, I was gonna just point to that with the DLS being so heavily favored for the team batting first.
Yeah.
Do you and normally if
Yeah.
anywhere else overcast conditions, especially England places like that, you're like nope, we're gonna bat second. Hopefully the sun will break through.
Yeah.
But teams have now realized, or at least India for sure has realized that hey, it doesn't matter. We'll score even 250, but if the other team loses 20 overs, the target's still going to be about 200.
Yeah.
So then, do you predict whoever is going to win the toss is then sticking to that theme where they, you know what, we'll bat first. It's okay. It's overcast. We'll let our batters handle the swing. They won't care and come out try to score 200 plus to try to maybe later on lose overs and not have the small target that you normally would.
Yeah, I think to be honest, I think toss matters, but it doesn't matter much in a sense that yes, when you win the toss, you have a little bit of an advantage. You decide what you're gonna do, how you're gonna proceed, how the game is gonna proceed. But I think it's their bowling that is gonna have to work a lot more than their batting.
Well, they have experienced spinners. It's supposed to be a lower,
They will-
slower
yeah,
and lower
exactly.
track.
They have
right?
a little bit more experienced bowlers.
Yeah. So
they will have if let's say if they end up batting first, they'll have to defend it with their bowling, and then if they end up winning the toss
So what do you predict them doing? Winning the toss, they bat first, bowl first?
I think Bangladesh wins the toss, and I think they should bat first. I think they should bat first.
You too? Same thing?
Historically, Bangladesh has bad luck. Okay. When
Luck plays with them too.
I don't know what it is. It could be the captain. I don't know.
I just think it's just
their prayers just not being answered.
It's just no. I think it's just the team.
The morale,
the camp,
I don't know, the
everything
camp,
that comes
is
team
a lot of
chemistry and
it
everything.
just feels like there's some negativity in the camp.
Exactly.
So when they come out, a lot of things don't happen, in their favor. So I think what I think happens, and this is just a prediction, I think Sri Lanka comes out, wins, right? The
You
toss.
just said the other way around.
No, wins the toss. Wins the toss. Hang in
okay.
there. Hang in there. Wins the toss. I think they get to a decent total of like 250, 260. I think they get somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Right? Conditions being a factor, I think the score gets reduced. Right? Bangladesh, knowing that they have nothing to lose at this point, they have to go for it.
Yeah.
And I think in that pursuit of going for it, they just ended up winning. So it's going to be a close match. If we see a result,
also you guys got to understand this is a must-win game.
It's a must-win game.
So they're going to come out twice as hard as Sri Lanka.
Exactly.
I think it's a must-win game for both teams because considering
The rain.
if there is rain and if
Yeah.
there is a washout later on, if let's say the rest of the games get washed out, teams that have a win already will qualify for the
I
final.
can't believe we've been talking about this all tournament as
Yeah.
long as we.
Yeah, I mean, what exactly we have like what kind of management is that from the ICC where you just pick up a tournament and take it to a
Well,
country where
it's
you know it's
ACC.
going to be raining.
It's
ACC.
Yeah.
But come on, we know what's up. Don't talk about
Let's.
it.
But yeah, I think we've got our predictions in. So you're going Sri Lanka?
I think Sri Lanka home advantage. It should be an easy win for them. Bangladesh isn't really doesn't have the consistency at the moment. They might pull one, out of the hat, but like I don't think it would be a really off chance if Bangladesh pulls through. But I think Sri Lanka will win.
Okay, so Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
I say Bangladesh wins.
All right.
I think Bangladesh wins defending the total. And yes,
He's going above and beyond, not just predicting they win, but they win defending.
I think
they win defending. No, defending as in like they bat first, they set a score, and then
yeah. So I think Bangladesh wins chasing. So
it's the other way around.
So it's the other way around. Yeah. But yeah, so we're on the win side.
Yeah,
I won't.
I
don't know who's gonna bat first, but I think Sri Lanka will pull through.
All right.
If the game happens.
All right. Yeah, that's it from us on this episode.